Hi, everyone. Thank you for the next edition of the Corner Office. We have Anjali with us. She's the country head for Louboutin, India, and she dons a lot of hats. She runs an advisory services company called The Lighthouse, and she recently started happysoils.in. Is that correct? So we have
Yes.
Anjali here. Thank you for joining us. I will let her speak a little bit, and then we jump into our conversations with her.
Thank you so much, Ayushi, for having me. Very excited to be here. And congratulations on your fabulous brand that you run. I was in Delhi the other day and I popped in to have a look at your store, and it's really great, fabulous women's wear. So, congratulations.
Thank you so much, and it was lovely bumping into you.
Thank
Um,
you.
we will just jump into a bunch of questions we have for you, which a lot of our customers and viewers would love. So I think the first one is psychology to luxury. What,
Yes.
how did this happen? What transpired this?
So actually, honestly, the answer is it happened purely by chance. It was not planned at all. It was, I think I finished college, straight out of college. I was looking to kind of get my first job. I met my friend at a gym, and I was telling her that I was out of college and I wanted to start, doing something. And she was like, "Hey, listen, I know some people who are looking to hire. It's kind of more in the hospitality space, but why don't you give it a shot?" And I thought to myself, okay, I know nothing about hospitality. I've just come out of college, but let me go and interview and see how it goes. And literally, I went for the interview, and the next day they were like, "Do you want to work for us?" And so that was my very first job in hospitality. It was with a company called Chateau Indage. Unfortunately, now they don't exist anymore in India. And subsequently, so I worked with them for about 5 years. And then subsequently after that, I worked for the Narang Group, which is they were the first ones to actually bring Red Bull into the country at a time when, honestly, now when you look back 10 years ago, to bring in an energy drink that no one had ever heard of was really quite sort of crazy, but totally went with the team that were bringing it in. They also brought in, at the same time when they brought in Red Bull, they also brought Evian mineral water and Perrier. So they was kind of sort of clubbed all as one. And I worked there for about 5.5 to 6 years. It was a super fun time. Of course, I was much younger. The team was very young, very dynamic, trying to get people to, literally have Red Bull at the bars, in restaurants, in cafes. Now it's even available in chemist shops, apparently. So they've really grown their distribution over the years, and they've done an amazing job. So yeah, that's kind of how my journey began, and it was super fun, really nice.
Fantastic. As they say, life happens. So it's not
Yes,
study, but what happens. But
exactly.
what's lovely to hear this is, you don't need to be a business person to run business. You,
Yeah, absolutely.
you can just transition and learn all throughout.
Completely. And I think if you are, I mean, if you're working with a company and they're willing to invest that kind of time and to kind of grow with you and teach you the ropes of the business, I think that's great. I know a lot more companies now do that. I don't think they were doing that back then. And I think that's the best way to learn. I think just being part of an organization and learning things as you go along is kind of the best way.
But end of the day, I think what you learn hands on when you are doing the job and then keeping your eyes open is actually the true learning.
Exactly.
Next thing we just wanted to know, you started Lighthouse with your sister about 3 years
Yes.
back, right?
Yes.
How does it work? How did this idea come in? And you're donning so many hats.
Yes.
How are you managing all of that?
So Lighthouse actually came about again randomly. One evening we were sitting around with friends, and over the last couple of years, since my sister's also been in retail, and so have I now, a lot of the time, we were chatting with friends, giving advice. Hey, do this, do that, do this. So one evening, one of our friends was like, why don't you guys kind of formalize this a little bit and, create a company and call it something, and, kind of give it a little bit of form something a lot more wholesome. And we were like, okay, for a minute. And then I was like, no, me and my sister working together might be a bit disastrous. And then we went home, We didn't talk about it. And then 2 days later, she was like, both of us actually were like, listen, should we actually think about that and give it a shot? And because both of us are so, me and my sister, very opposite. So in terms of clashing, we knew that that would be very rare. Um, so we literally said, okay, let's do this. We went to my parents, spoke to them and said, listen, we want to start a company. And they were like, okay, great. So what's it called? And we were like, it doesn't have a name. So then that's when actually it was my mom who came up with the name and was like, call it Lighthouse. And then we were like, okay, we all love the name. Let's go with Lighthouse. And that's how Lighthouse started. Yeah.
So you know what? A lot of people say a lot of big businesses are born in when you're having food or over dinner with friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to add to that, so what is Lighthouse is a 360-degree luxury consulting company. So we do 360-degree brand strategy and we help brands mostly in the retail space. We've actually now ventured a lot more into hospitality, but again, that happened by default. But our main forte lies in retail and luxury retail.
Lovely, lovely, fantastic. The next thing is something we would love to know about you. We've read about you in a lot of newspapers, magazines, etc. But what is that one thing that you haven't told the world yet?
The one thing I haven't told the world yet. So I love to travel. It's my thing. And I think I've been very lucky over the course of the different organizations that I've worked with. I've had the opportunity to do that. And it's been the most, beautiful places that, of course, I would have never have gone. But I think why I love to travel is because it allows me to meet new people, which is what I love doing. It allows me to try new foods. It allows me to explore a part of me. You kind of go on these uncharted territories and you're also exploring yourself, really, and you're gaining so much knowledge when you travel that I don't think you get anywhere else. And I think that's the beauty of it. Whether you're, traveling for work or you're going for a holiday, you're really going out of your depth to really just be. And I think that's the part that I really enjoy. Of course, the meeting people, the trying new foods, exploring new cultures, I really love it. And I love to travel. If I could be on holiday for a year, I'd love to do that. Yeah.
I'm going to join you.
Yeah,
Our
exactly.
favorite destination.
It's gonna sound a bit cliche, but I'll say it anyway. Paris. Yes.
My favorite too. I love the
Yes.
view to the Louvre at night.
Yes, exactly. It's just, it's gorgeous. I love the food. I just the architect. You look anywhere and you're just like your eyes can't stop looking at the different places. So I think Paris definitely for sure. I think the second place would definitely be London, but that's only because I'm slightly biased because I studied there and I have my closest friends as well who live there. Yeah.
Fantastic. What are the five wardrobe staples that you love or looks that you love and which we will always find Anjali in?
Okay, so definitely a white tee with high-waisted boyfriend jeans for sure. Ballerina flats to go with that. I still think the sari is the quintessential. I mean, it's just beautiful, right? You wear it in the day. You can from day it can go into a night look if you're attending a dinner. I think the sari is a spectacular piece of garment, so I think that as well. Um, a jacket for me, because again, you can go from a day look into a night look, slip on a really cool, nice jacket, a silk jacket or a brocade jacket or something. Um, Definitely sneakers. I've become a big sneaker fan. So I have quite a few pairs in my wardrobe. I love sneakers, comfy sneakers, which is great. And I think that black dress, not a little black dress, because I don't really wear little black dresses, but I think a long black kind of flowy dress, large oversized dress that you can again just tie up, wear with some cool gold jewelry, and sort of head out for the evening. Yeah.
Lovely. So we're going to take a sneak peek sometime in future into your wardrobe and check out your.
Definitely, for sure.
I also know when I met you last that you are a big jewelry person. You have to
Yes.
tell me your finds and what you love. And it's a cuff, right? Cuff thing you.
Yes, yes. So normally, I mean, not today though, but normally I have like this full stack of jewelry. And I think any trip that I take, be it, I don't know, anywhere, I think I'll always go and find that little jeweler or the little jewelry shop and pick up some knickknacks. So I think jewelry is kind of a part of me because I've seen my mom. So as a kid, my mom used to always like sort of when she used to head out, would always be dressed up. So whether it's going to the derby, it was taking out her pearls, wearing a sari, or it was just going out at night. It was, her gold necklaces and her rings and her bracelets. So I think a lot of inspiration from that. And I'm a big fan. I've always kind of like, if anyone's ever wearing jewelry, my eye always goes to, the jewelry first. Some people are there like, oh, I always notice a watch or the color of their nails or something like that. But for me, it's like, it's jewelry. And I think I get that a lot from my mom. And also, actually, I have to say, from my aunt. So my mom has 7 real sisters.
I mean, we're almost at the end of the conversation, but one question we always love asking everyone. 2020 has been hard. What learnings do you take for 2021, or what do you carry forward with you?
I think definitely to be one, I would say trust the people you work with. I think now more than ever, working closely with the people you work with, trusting them, believing them. I think that's one very key point. I think the second point is we all need to be a lot more agile in our businesses now.
Yeah.
Um, and I think with the pandemic, it's brought us all a lot closer in terms of how we interact with people. It's just small things that can bring a lot of joy and a lot of happiness in ways that you might not kind of think you're doing it, but it's indirectly it's happening. So I think um for me it's definitely taught me to be a lot more calmer and to accept the failures, to accept the triumphs that come with it, and kind of if you're thinking of something and you want to do it, just do it, just go with the flow and not probably think like 500 times, which is something I never used to do before.
Beautiful. Thank you
Yes,
so much, Anjali,
no
for sharing
problem.
all this with us.
Well, I hope it was insightful, and I hope people enjoy it.
Yes, everyone will. And I have loved this, hearing this, and I have gotten to know you a lot more. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.
Okay.